Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Chris here from Esports News Access Rotation, however the flip you know me on these interwebs. And today I'm going to be bringing you guys a quick preview of what to expect going into today's matches at time of watching, that being Friday's matches in the CDL for Week 2 of Stage 3 of the CDL. Now, hope you guys enjoyed the intro as always. Without further ado, let's get into our pick'ems for the week. We kick things off with an age-old rematch, story as old as time, Optic Texas versus Miami Heretics, Florida Mutineers, whatever you want to call them. Usually, in the last couple of months, it's gone the way of the Miami Heretics. But this new look Optic team online looks absolutely phenomenal. I think this is going to be a very, very exciting series. Just out of respect to what I've seen from Super and the boys, I think an upset is very possible here, but they have to play Faze and Optic this weekend. So I'm expecting this to go the way of the green wall. I just don't feel like getting surprised a second week in a row by a great Optic team. Now, looking at our next matchup, we have the LAG boys taking on the Vancouver Surge. And, I feel like the upset's coming here. I really do. I'm going to go out on a limb and say just with the online issues that Vancouver's been having, yeah, I mean, LA Thieves was able to dominate them. LAG boys, I believe, are playing from Texas. I know Johnny's in Texas, most likely. Fella's definitely in Texas. Who else is on the team? We have Lunars. He's a Challengers pickup. He's most likely in Texas. And Kiz is probably in Texas. So I'm going to back LAG here. I know this is surprising to some of you, but I'm just basing everything off of what I saw online last week. I don't know if you guys play COD much, but I've been playing, and the online server stuff is insane. So I just feel like the team who has a slightly better connection is going to win. And also, I just feel like the Canada teams are going to be in the blender this weekend when they have their matches. So I can't confidently back them. I have reservations. So in our next matchup, we have the new look, newly improved Minnesota Rokkr with who else but Kylo Ken taking on the team that he was linked to early on in that roster transitional period between stages 2 and 3. So if you guys didn't know, Kenny was linked to the Carolina Royal Ravens as a potential landing spot after Optic dropped him, but obviously didn't come through. That's why a lot of people are expecting Carolina to have kind of an iffy, stage with the Vivid, just because he was kind of forgotten goods, if you will. So with that in mind, I think that Minnesota will continue their hot streak. They have more practice under their belt. I really liked what I saw from the team. Sorry, I hit the mic, guys. Yeah, I think it's going to be a 3-2 in favor of the Rokkr. I think they get another Game 5. It just seems like there's no other way for it to go for these boys. So, yeah, I'm expecting them to get it done in a Game 5. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking there. All right, so in our next series, we have my home team, Atlanta Faze, taking on the Miami Heretics to kick off Sunday. I'm sorry, Sunday. I did it again, guys. Last week, I did the same thing. I said we had Miami competing to kick off Sunday on Saturday when they played Falcons. So, oh my God, unreal. But anyways, I think it's going to be a 3-1 for Atlanta Faze because, as you guys can see, it's been a 3-1 literally every time that they've played over the last year. Oddly enough, they are pretty consistent no matter what the team comp is. So I don't see why that would change this time. And I just like to have the cushion. So that means in our next matchup, we have Optic Texas taking on the new look Vegas Falcons. And despite the fact that they have improved, and this is a rebound game for PRED, I don't think this is where Vegas get their first series win. I think they'll probably take both hard points again. Maybe they win this series. Maybe PRED just, is on one and he says, screw my old team. But I mean, with the way Optics looked and the fact that they're going to have serious egg on their face if they lose to PRED after almost losing to Kenny last week, I think they're going to come out and really play their best COD. So I'm going to say 3-2 just out of respect for what we have seen from Vegas. They've looked pretty formidable so far. But all things considered, I expect it to be an Optic Texas Game 5 dub. In our next series, we have the LAG boys taking on the Boston Breach. And yeah, I mean, I'm a believer in this LAG team. I think this roster is the one to get it done. I think they will turn it around. I feel like this is going to be a really close series, but I feel like LAG get it done. I feel like just with more practice, that team comp will be a really, really serviceable team. And I think they will be the team that the LAG coaching staff and the ownership has been looking for all season long. So in our last matchup of Saturday, we will have LA Thieves taking on the Cloud9 boys. And I think the LA Thieves get a pretty dominant win here. Cloud9, while I don't expect them to have the same embarrassing performance like the one they had against Optic last week, I don't think that they will be that much better than how we saw them perform against Optic. Yeah, I mean, I think the online struggles of a team like this and just the struggles against top teams, it's been pretty consistent. So I don't see why this wouldn't persist. Realistically, I mean, there's just nothing like look at this 3-0, 3-1, 3-0. I mean, nothing shows us that anything would change this season. They played 3 times and C9 has won 2 maps. So there it is. So that means on Sunday, we would kick things off with C9 once again, starting this beautiful Sunday against Minnesota Rokkr and Kenny. And I think Kenny and the Rokkr boys, I think they get another win here. I think it's going to be a tight series just because Cloud9 is pretty on par with Minnesota. There's a good chance they take this one, I will say. But I feel like Minnesota will be the better team here, and I think that they get it done in a 3-2 fashion. So, in our second to last series of the weekend, we will have the Carolina Ravens taking on the Vancouver Surge. And yeah, I don't know. I'm going to choose Carolina in this one as well, just because I feel like Vancouver's online issues will be a really, really consistent thing throughout this whole stage. Just because the online in this game really, really not great at the moment, and Vancouver and Toronto have just been having a really rough go of it. So I feel like they're probably just going to lose some of these matches due to online cheese, if nothing else. So in our last matchup of the weekend, the other Canada team is going to most likely lose this series due to online cheese. I have this as a 3-0 for the LA Thieves. Maybe Toronto Ultra are able to figure something out this weekend and they surprise me and they have like a good showing on Sunday. With all the online issues that they've had, I'm just not too optimistic about the way that this will go. And yeah, I mean, the tweets from the players over the last few days have not been super encouraging. So yeah, guys, that's about wrap it up for me. I'm not expecting too much this week just because we've had a lot of online issues with the game. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. No more prize picks for me this week. The online stuff is just insane. So if you want to like check out some prize picks in my server, I'll be offering some map 1 picks, but that's it for me. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. And don't forget to check out the new series I'm doing, The History of COD. I will be live pretty much every day at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel and on my Twitch channel. So be sure to pull up and check it out. I'm covering Black Ops 2 tonight. So yeah, if you're watching this, it's a little bit before. So be sure to check it out. Yeah. So we're going to look, and I will see you guys in a few days for a recap of what happened during these matches that we just predicted. So catch you guys then, and I hope you have a great morning, noon, or night wherever you may be on this beautiful planet. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Once again, this is Chris from Big Sports News or X Rotation, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.